As Sam Payne reports, Ice Spice has caused quite a stir.
All right, y'all, welcome back to HollyHood, where we break down the hottest gossip and dive deep into the drama no one else is brave enough to touch. Today, we're talking about Ice Spice, the Bronx drill princess turned international sensation who might be on the verge of losing it all. She went from dominating TikTok and topping the charts to being at the center of controversies, falling off Spotify playlists, and facing fan backlash left and right. Some are calling it a career freefall. Others think she's just getting started. But one thing's for sure, Ice Spice's rise and fall have been as dramatic as it gets. From her viral beginnings with Munch to her feud with Latto, accusations of sabotaging other artists, and rumors about her weight loss transformation, we're covering it all. So grab a snack, sit back, and let's get into it. Ice Spice, born Isis Gaston, grew up in the Bronx where she honed her love for poetry and music. Raised in a Dominican and African-American household, she carried the culture of New York City in everything she did. While attending college, Ice decided to try her hand at music, releasing her first tracks that reflected the gritty energy of Bronx drill. Her breakout moment came in 2022 with Munch. The song blew up on TikTok with its catchy hook and unapologetically confident lyrics. People couldn't get enough of her playful, laid-back delivery and that signature curly orange hair. It wasn't long before major outlets were calling her the Princess of Drill, a title that set her apart in a male-dominated genre. But it wasn't just the music that got people talking. Ice Spice had a magnetic, relatable vibe. She wasn't trying to fit into the cookie-cutter mold of a pop star. She embraced her natural look, her Bronx roots, and her unfiltered personality. Fans felt like she was one of them, and that authenticity helped her build a loyal following. This wasn't just another rapper trying to make it big. This was someone creating a movement. Ice Spice represented a new wave of artists who understood how to merge music, memes, and internet culture to build a brand. Ice Spice's rise wasn't just about her music, it was about how she became a cultural moment. From TikTok dances to viral memes, her songs weren't just heard, they were felt. Social media played a massive role in turning Ice from a local artist into a global phenomenon. Munch wasn't just a song, it became slang, a vibe, and a movement. Suddenly, everyone wanted to be a Munch, or at least figure out what it meant. The song racked up millions of views, and celebrities like Drake even co-signed her, giving her an instant boost of credibility. But it wasn't just the music. Ice Spice's style, her Y2K inspired fashion, bright curls, and laid-back energy made her a trendsetter. Young fans saw her as a symbol of confidence and fun, and she quickly became a favorite for brand campaigns from Ivy Park to Marc Jacobs. By the end of 2022, Ice Spice wasn't just a rapper, she was a pop culture icon. Her ability to navigate the internet and connect with fans made her one of the most exciting new faces in hip-hop. But as the saying goes, what goes up must come down. Ice Spice's career hit new heights when she started climbing the Billboard Hot 100. Songs like Boy's a Liar Part 2 with Pink Pantheress and Princess Diana featuring Nicki Minaj cemented her place as a star. These tracks weren't just hits, they were statements. Ice Spice was here to stay, or so it seemed. Collaborating with Nicki Minaj, one of the most influential female rappers of all time, was a game changer. Nicki not only featured on the track, but also embraced Ice as her mentee. The Barbs, Nicki's famously loyal fan base, adopted Ice Spice, boosting her career even further. Her singles didn't just chart, they broke records. She was competing with seasoned artists, and for a while it seemed like Ice Spice had cracked the code to industry success. Fans loved her relatable vibe, her catchy lyrics, and her infectious energy, but the success came with pressure. Ice Spice was no longer just a viral sensation. She was a certified star. The expectations were higher, and the industry was watching her every move. Ice Spice's collaboration with Nicki Minaj on Princess Diana was one of the biggest milestones of her career. The song became an instant hit, climbing the charts and breaking streaming records. Nicki publicly endorsed Ice Spice, calling her the people's princess, a move that solidified Ice's place in the industry. Fans saw this as a passing of the torch. Ice Spice had gained the approval of one of the greatest rappers of all time, and the Barbs were quick to embrace her as one of their own. For a moment, it seemed like nothing could go wrong, but this collaboration also came with challenges. The pressure of living up to Nicki's cosign weighed heavy on Ice Spice, and some fans began to criticize her for relying too much on viral hits instead of evolving her sound. Still, Princess Diana remains a highlight of her career, a reminder of the heights Ice Spice was able to reach at her peak. Before her headlining success, Ice Spice was already making waves with key collaborations, though. Her feature on Pink Pantheress's Boy's a Liar Part 2 was a massive crossover hit, blending drill and pop elements to create something fresh. The song went viral on TikTok, with fans praising the chemistry between the two artists. It introduced Ice Spice to a broader audience, helping her break out of the drill niche and into mainstream pop. Collaborations like these were strategic. Ice Spice wasn't just staying in her lane, she was expanding her brand and showing versatility. These moves helped her stand out in a crowded industry and made her a favorite for magazine covers and award nominations. But while these partnerships helped elevate her, they also set a high bar. Fans now expected more from Ice Spice, and when she didn't deliver, the backlash began. By mid-2023, Ice Spice had become a household name, not just in hip-hop, but across pop culture. Her songs dominated streaming platforms, her face was plastered on magazine covers, and she was walking red carpets at every major event. She made headlines for her high-energy performances at festivals like Rolling Loud, where fans sang every word of her tracks back to her. And beyond the music, Ice was becoming a fashion icon, with her bold Y2K-inspired outfits making her a favorite for brands like Ivy Park and Marc Jacobs. Her relatability set her apart. She wasn't polished to perfection like some of her peers, and fans loved her for it. She felt like the girl next door who just happened to blow up. But as Ice Spice's fame skyrocketed, so did the scrutiny, and the cracks in her seemingly untouchable image started to show. It's impossible to talk about Ice Spice without acknowledging her influence on Gen Z culture. From her catchphrases to her style, Ice was more than a rapper. She was a trendsetter. Her Y2K-inspired looks, including oversized fur jackets and low-rise jeans, became staples in fashion circles. She was celebrated for embracing her natural curls and presenting a different kind of beauty standard in an industry often dominated by Eurocentric ideals. Even her slang caught on. Words like Munch became part of the cultural lexicon, further cementing Ice's role as a voice of her generation. But as her star power grew, so did the expectations. Fans wanted more substance, and when Ice failed to deliver, the backlash began to overshadow her influence. When Ice Spice announced her debut album Y2K, fans were hyped. This was supposed to be her moment to prove she was more than just a TikTok sensation. But when the album dropped, it fell flat. Critics slammed Y2K for being repetitive and lacking originality. Many fans felt cheated by the small number of new tracks, with most of the album consisting of previously released singles. The word lazy started popping up in reviews, and the numbers reflected the disappointment.
No opener, no music, just ads. Like, girl, get your bag, but this is embarrassing, honestly.
For an artist who had built her career on viral success, the flop of Y2K was a major blow. It marked the beginning of Ice Spice's struggle to maintain her momentum in a fast-moving industry. Perhaps the most telling sign of Ice Spice's decline was her dramatic drop in Spotify listeners. At her peak, she had over 45 million monthly listeners, a staggering number for any artist, let alone a newcomer. But within months, that number dropped to 18 million. Fans and critics alike began to ask, what went wrong? Some pointed to the lack of new music that resonated, while others blamed the growing controversy surrounding her. This decline wasn't just about numbers, it was about perception. Ice Spice's once unshakable grip on the music scene was slipping, and the industry was starting to take notice. One of the first signs of trouble was Ice Spice's rumored feud with fellow rapper Latto. Fans speculated that Ice took shots at Latto in her track Think You the Fart, with lyrics that many interpreted as a diss. Latto, known for not holding back, responded indirectly, fueling the fire. The feud painted Ice Spice as someone who thrived on drama, and while it kept her name in the headlines, it didn't do much to help her reputation. Fans began to question why Ice was starting beef instead of focusing on her music. It was another crack in her image, one that made her look more interested in stirring controversy than delivering hits. If there was one fan base Ice Spice couldn't afford to lose, though, it was the Barbs. But that's exactly what happened after leaked messages allegedly showed Ice calling Nicki Minaj delusional. The fallout was immediate. Barbs, known for their loyalty to Nicki, turned on Ice Spice, dragging her on social media and accusing her of being ungrateful. This wasn't just about the fans, though. Losing the Barbs meant losing one of the most powerful support systems in the music industry. For Ice Spice, it was a devastating blow. The controversies didn't stop there. A former friend of Ice Spice added fuel to the fire when they leaked text messages allegedly showing Ice badmouthing other artists and even claiming she sabotaged their careers. The text painted Ice Spice as someone who played nice in public but stirred the pot behind the scenes. Allegations range from calling Nicki Minaj delusional to dismissing other artists' work as forgettable. Fans who once adored her started to view her as fake, and the backlash online was swift. The fallout was immediate. Social media erupted with debates over whether Ice Spice was truly a mean-spirited schemer or just another artist caught in the pressures of the industry. Memes mocking her sabotage attempts flooded Twitter, and even diehard fans began questioning their loyalty. This wasn't just about public perception. It hit Ice Spice's core brand, the relatable, unproblematic Bronx girl. For someone who built her career on authenticity, this drama felt like another nail in the coffin. One of the most talked about changes in Ice Spice's career has been her appearance. Over the past few months, fans have noticed her significant weight loss, sparking rumors that she's been using Ozempic, a diabetes drug often used for weight loss. While Ice Spice hasn't addressed the rumors directly, the speculation has been loud. Some fans have praised her transformation, while others have accused her of succumbing to industry pressures. Her new image, while polished, feels like a departure from the Bronx girl who first stole the spotlight. For many fans, this shift has made her less relatable and more like just another industry product. As if the personal controversies weren't enough, Ice Spice was also facing criticism for her music. Fans and critics alike began to call her out for relying too much on the same formula: catchy hooks, repetitive beats, and lyrics that didn't evolve beyond her earlier work. What once felt fresh and exciting was now being dismissed as predictable. Critics pointed out that her biggest hits came from collaborations, leaving questions about her ability to stand on her own as an artist. Fans expressed frustration, saying they wanted to see growth in her music, but instead they got recycled ideas. The release of Y2K only amplified these concerns. While her early singles were fun and infectious, the lack of variety in her debut album left fans underwhelmed. The backlash was clear. People expected more from someone who had reached her level of fame. Ice Spice's unwillingness or inability to push her sound forward became another talking point in the conversation about her decline. It wasn't just about the music anymore. It was about whether she had the staying power to evolve as an artist in an ever-changing industry. Things have gone from bad to worse when Ice Spice recently showed up 30 minutes late to a performance and only performed 3 songs.
Rapper Ice Spice has caused outrage on New Year's Eve after only performing for 5 minutes at the Wildlands Festival.
Fans were furious, calling her unprofessional and out of touch. Videos from the event showed disappointed crowds, and social media was quick to pile on the criticism. For someone whose brand was built on relatability, this made her seem distant and disconnected from her audience. The performance controversy has only added to the growing narrative that Ice Spice isn't taking her career seriously. Social media played a massive role in Ice Spice's rise, but it also became the platform for her undoing. The same TikTok dances and viral memes that once propelled her to stardom were now being used to mock her. Her controversy spread like wildfire, with every new scandal turning into a trending topic. Fans who once defended her began to pile on, creating a domino effect that turned minor criticisms into major backlash.
Ice Spice has now become a TikTok cult. So you've probably seen this profile picture all over TikTok. The reason for that is somebody made a cult dedicated to Ice Spice.
Ice Spice's inability to control the narrative only made things worse. Even her attempts to clap back at critics didn't help. Whether it was dismissing complaints about her late performances or downplaying the album flop, her responses came off as tone deaf. Fans started to see her as disconnected from the very audience that had supported her rise. For an artist who built her brand on relatability and authenticity, losing that connection was devastating. devastating. Social media had been her greatest asset, but now it was her greatest challenge.
No, honestly, I love performing and I love interacting with my fans. Like, my favorite thing is when I see them.
In the face of mounting controversies, Ice Spice tried to regain control of her image. She took to social media to address some of the hate, posting lighthearted videos and cryptic captions aimed at deflecting the negativity. While her loyal fans appreciated the effort, many felt it was too little, too late. Her refusal to directly address key issues like the fallout with the Barbs or her performance tardiness left her open to continued criticism. Instead of clearing the air, her attempts at damage control often felt like distractions. Ice also tried to focus on her music, teasing upcoming collaborations and releasing visuals to remind fans of her artistry. But the excitement wasn't the same. The controversy surrounding her personal life overshadowed her professional moves, making it difficult for fans to separate the artist from the drama. Despite these efforts, Ice Spice's career has remained in limbo. The question isn't whether she could release another hit, it's whether fans care enough to listen. Behind the scenes, industry insiders have had their own take on Ice Spice's situation. Many pointed out that her rapid rise to fame left little room for growth both as an artist and as a brand. Without a solid foundation, the pressure to maintain her image and success became overwhelming. Some insiders criticize her team for failing to steer her in the right direction. Instead of capitalizing on her viral success with a clear long-term strategy, they seemed to rely on quick hits and internet hype. When that hype faded, there wasn't much left to fall back on. Others, however, argue that Ice Spice has been a victim of the industry's obsession with instant success. In a world where virality often trumps talent, artists like Ice Spice are pushed into the spotlight before they're ready, only to be discarded when they no longer serve the industry's needs. This perspective paints her story as less of a downfall and more of a cautionary tale, a reminder of how brutal the music business can be, especially for young artists trying to navigate fame. The big question now is whether Ice Spice can recover from all this. Some fans believe she still has the potential to turn things around. After all, her early success proved she has the talent and charisma to captivate audiences. To make a comeback, Ice Spice would need to focus on evolving her music. Fans want to see growth, creativity, and a willingness to take risks. Collaborations with fresh producers or unexpected artists could help her break out of the mold and rediscover her sound. Rebuilding her connection with fans is just as important. Acknowledging her mistakes, addressing the controversies, and showing genuine growth could go a long way in restoring her reputation. The industry loves a redemption arc, and if Ice Spice can position herself as someone who's learned from her struggles, she might just get another chance. But the road ahead won't be easy. With so much competition in the music world, Ice Spice will have to work harder than ever to prove she's more than a viral sensation. At the end of the day, Ice Spice's story is still being written. Whether this is the end of her career or just a bump in the road remains to be seen. What's clear is that her rise and fall have been a reflection of the fast-paced, high-pressure world of modern fame. From her viral hits to her public controversies, Ice Spice has experienced the highs and lows of the music industry in record time. Her journey serves as a reminder of how quickly success can turn into scrutiny and how difficult it can be to maintain authenticity in the spotlight. What do you think, HollyHood? Is Ice Spice destined for a comeback, or is her time in the limelight coming to an end? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss the latest in Hollywood drama, music scandals, and celebrity tea. Until next time, y'all, peace.